Next pro tip, talking about management. So I said there are three things necessary in my last pro tip, and we talked about leadership. Leadership is one thing, management is another, supervision would be number three. In order to create a team and help people to achieve goals and become something that we want. So, leadership is creating the vision, etc. Management's job is to get the job done. So, while leadership is focused on a vision and the goals and the targets, management is focused on what are we actually doing? Are we hitting the goals and the targets? And I would tell you, definition wise, it's management's job to use the resources of the company to achieve the goals of the company. Seems kind of cold. Um, but it's up to the manager, to make sure that if we have three techs and we're $160 an hour, that we're actually achieving the 1.4 million, 1.6 million, whatever the target is, and that we're keeping customers happy and we're making sure that we're doing things honestly. And also in the management role, I would also probably not only be talking to people about their job and helping them understand what that is and get their agreement that that's, they want to be part of the team. But I also might be working with people um, to make sure that we had the resources that we needed to get the job done, to actually do that. So, which also would be a hiring and firing kind of thing. So, if I had an employee that we had goals and targets for, which, by the way, you can't manage if you don't have goals and targets, because again, it's the manager's job to achieve the goals of the company using the resources of the company. If there are no goals, I have no job because I need to help achieve those goals. That's by definition. Um, so I might have an employee who isn't getting the job done, and it's kind of up to me to, number one, identify that, and then number two, determine how we're going to go about correcting that. Now, I might not be the person correcting that, but I need to make sure that the behavior gets corrected. So I might be bringing in a trainer or a supervisor to work with the person one on one, hand to hand, to make sure they know the job. I might be meeting with that person as a manager, discussing the goals and helping them evaluate. We have a strategy for management, a process, if you would. We have goals for the employee. We have a way to measure whether or not they're achieving those goals. We sit down and have agreement. So we discuss the goals and targets with the employee. The employee says, yes, I can agree to those goals and I can adopt those as my goals. We do that because it changes our relationship. Without agreement, it's hard to manage. With agreement, now the employee has said, yes, I want to do that. So now I can manage better. We strategize with the employee, what do we think we need to do to achieve the goal? How do we think we're going to do that? Who's responsible and when? Four pieces of the strategy. And then whoever in the strategy session it's decided, um, then the manager may need to do some things because the employee has company problems, things in the way that the company needs to deal with. So if I'm a tech and I have a goal of producing, say, $2,000 in parts and service a day as my goal, but I'm not getting cars dispatched to me or parts in a timely fashion, so I can't achieve my goal, and that's outside my control, then a manager needs to go work with dispatch, clean up dispatch, and parts so that the employee can be successful. So in our strategy session, we might determine that it's a management issue or a company issue, or we might determine it's an employee issue. If it's an employee issue, Then the employee goes out and does what they're supposed to do as determined by our strategy. And then the manager sits with the employee to kind of follow up and make sure that the job was done, that what we did solved the problem. So we need to have management. And I would probably tell you that a vast majority of the problems with today's shops are because we don't have goals and we don't have real management. So management is a necessity to run a successful, profitable, and productive business.